Okay, just finished stopping off at the town of Viking, picked up some of their regionally famous beef jerky, grabbed myself a quick sandwich, and one of the things I really like about these drives is taking troops to Wainwright. Odds are I'm empty on the way back. If I'm picking up troops, I'm empty going down there and only loaded on the return trip. Took what, 3 years and change before I got my cruiser. Many reasons for that. Most of them amusing. Have no real issues on driving the length of this bus. In this wind and this windy out right now. I gotta pay about 80% attention to make sure I'm not being caught by gusts. But other than that, it's a straight shot from Edmonton to Wainwright. Yesterday, I was supposed to just do a fun drive, and that wound up being my qualification drive. Army people in uniform, when they're getting qualified bus, have to have so many hours, etc. And on top of that, they're forced to go through boarding to get their qualification. Yeah, I suspect that's going to change in the future. But until then, civilians class 1 CDL don't really need to, because the class 1 gets us up to buses, although most provinces recognize that you need a different type of license for school buses. And I don't pretend to understand this, but in a way they kind of make sense. It's all about safety. I do admit though, this seat is comfortable. The bus has got a little bit of gumption, so if I'm doing speed of traffic on their typical highway, I get enough juice in me, and I can pass. Viking, instead of going up to 14, I'm heading north to 16, also known as Yellowhead. That'll allow me 2 lanes of dedicated traffic to get home a little bit quicker. So, this is the start of the summer, and with the cruiser option, I'll have more goes open to me. I've already covered I'm doing the Calgary Stampede in the jammy go of being a backup driver for the pedal bus and being a primary driver for the van that gets used to move dignitaries around here and there. Should be a good go. Checked in the hotel prices, they get boosted up to like $700 a night during the Stampede, so we'll be trying to put that clean, and I'll stick with what accommodations I'll have at the university. Still plan to get my workouts, ROM drills done there. Running joke at work is smoking pet's my zone, and I often am seen throughout the day stretching, usually around that zone or just walking. And I can't recommend that enough. Huge difference. And one of the things, 3 years back, we've been working each and every year since we start. Significant improvement in how I feel, head to toe, physically. More importantly, now that I no longer have the stress tabs of a poorly functioning body going on, I don't allow myself to get influenced by the rage bait that is our social media. I stress rock your shoulders, ideally, and it will take work. You should be able to touch your fingers behind your back, one going down from your head to the middle of your back, the other one coming up from the bottom of your rib cage to the middle of the back. And they should, touching. Not that I really had too much of an issue with shoulders, but that's generally because the rest of it is a lot louder. You should also be able to stand up with your feet either touching or shoulder width apart. Touch your toes without effort. You should be able to do squats, goblin squats, pistol, deep squats. And do that multiple times. You should be able to get up and down off the floor without using your hands. And currently, I can do most ways that I can think of in order to do that. Advice in the beginning, I had to think of different ways just to get down to the floor, figure out what hurts the least to stand up. Usually involves using the wrong muscles, usually involves dealing with impingements or pain, and usually involves stressors. Okay. What else? You should be able to do 90-degree hinge pivots and hold on to a door frame, sink, and or counter, and then butt shut yourself so that you're as straight leg as you can get. You should be feeling it in your Achilles if you're not going to be. And your Achilles should feel like, hey, that's not an issue. If you are bending, you should be able to stand on one foot, raise the other foot with the leg attached up above your hip zone, and hold it. That took a lot of time to get used to, and I started that one early with shower curtains. Should be able to, while you're at the bathroom sink, put one foot on it and do a modified hurdler stretch. Start off on there. Eventually, if you keep it up, you may be able to do it on the ground. Easy. Won't be pain or impingement free. Oh yeah, it does make life so much easier when you're able to do that. Let's see. Full ankle rotations, foot flexions, scrunching the toes. Or you can hit the weights and try and fix it that way. Trouble is, if you're not ergonomically correct, you're going to wind up poaching it because your brain's already used to firing muscles poorly. And if you don't work to develop, say your glutes, range of motion and strength for your hips, lengthen the new muscle tissues that aren't really produced in a manner that become fully stretchy. Work into it. The more you do it, the better you feel. Okay, talking for a bit instead of driving in silence. I'm coming up to the yellowhead, but I still feel like talking. We're going on about 9 minutes so far. Okay, walking. I prefer to still do uneven ground in the last year and a bit. Huge improvements as I finally got my glutes, hips, thighs, and hammies working the way they're supposed to. My feet tactile enough to be able to feel and adjust to the ground underneath. No longer am I worried about, oh, my shoe came untied, I'm dropping down and tying it back up, carrying on. Okay, I just got Google Maps in my ears, pausing the recording. And she's telling me, hey, dummy, you got to turn left. So anyways, I kept them running as constant. I still usually wind up doing anywhere from 30 to 50 minutes. And that depends on 30 to 60 minutes, and that depends on the distance going. Yeah, baby! Nothing like crossing a double needing to spend it waiting for traffic to clear. Okay, so after the walks, ideally in the beginning, I keep trying now and then, I'll hit the weights and or the outdoor T-Rex, sledgehammers, you name it. I still will do that once the backyard gets cleaned up. But a good chunk of from January on this year, I had enough unlocks that I had to explore birds. So you can understand it, and I can get my brain actually learning, as Steve Grabowski put it, how to walk again properly. And it's only once you get to that point you realize how improperly you were doing it. Am enjoying it, and Steph has started to get back into it, and Sarah is noticing it. We're noticing it, and that compares as much as I enjoy it. We're enjoying it and noticing it. Does mean on the bright side, I can finish this to 65 at least without being able to, or without worrying about